Honestly, I think the team itself got some momentum. We got the monkey off our back and got the first one out of the way. First game we didn't play good defense. Bottom line, like we kicked the ball around too much. And what I think it just shows with the group is the resiliency that we have. Is we bounced back Saturday morning, and it wasn't an easy game. It was a well-played game from both sides, and we were able to get some timely hitting. We had shutdown innings on the mound from our pitchers, and we had some big defensive plays that kept us in the game and allowed us to be able to get to the plate and drive in a run to take the lead and in turn win the ball game.
And this week's Scholar Athlete Profiles was sophomore relief pitcher Bryson Morrill. And Bryson, how'd you get into the game of baseball?
So I got into the game of baseball pretty much from a super young age, as everybody at this level probably did. It's pretty much been in my life since the beginning, as far as I can remember, really. I mean, I don't really remember the very first season, so that kind of puts it in perspective of how long it's been in my life. So, yeah, it's really been a constant. It's been a forever thing.
Have you always been a pitcher?
I have not always been a pitcher. I actually came into college as a shortstop. And then, so I was freshman year, and then last year, sophomore year, I had made the transition into being a pitcher. I started pitching a little bit halfway through the season. And so yeah, and then this year is pretty much my first year being a full-time PO. So getting some confidence, getting rolling, learning new things every day, staying consistent, doing all that.
What was that transition like to go from playing infield your whole life to being a pitcher?
I don't want to say it was difficult, because in my mind it was easier. Simplified the game. Because when you go to practice, if you're a shortstop, you got to hit, field. Being a PO is you got to worry about one thing pretty much, and it's throwing. It's like that's all you got to focus on in the big scheme of things. So if you can be good at throwing the ball, you can be a good pitcher. That's how I look at it.
How did you get to McMurry?
I actually knew Coach Adams junior year of high school. I was at a showcase in Fort Worth, and I had met Coach Adams, and he was telling me how he went to the same high school, Byron Nelson High School. I think it was the first game of the season. Coach Adams had came up to me after the game, and we started chopping it up again. And then after that, he started telling me about the program, and I found out a little more about what McMurry was about, and found out how Coach Lee was going to be his first year as head coach, and I was all in from that point on. So
actually, I prefer it that way. It just gives us an opportunity to get more guys on the field, more opportunities for some more ABs, pitchers some more mound time. Our pitching staff will be, on Tuesdays, it's approached a little bit differently, so we're not going to necessarily have a full-time starter who's going to go 5, 6, 7. There may be the time where that does happen, but initially we're going to get some guys some innings, so we're going to be rotating through some guys just to allow them to get on the mound to get some more experience. Defensively and hitting-wise, we're going to approach the game normal. There's no different approach with how we're taking a Tuesday game versus a Friday game. We're still going out there to compete and win. There's a personal connection with Dirk and myself. He was a coach of mine. He coached me when I was a player. But the one thing that I never question with Salty is the fact that his dedication and his determination to make this program better. I think that's the one thing that separates him from everybody, is that he's constantly trying to find ways to be better. And that's something that we all can achieve and look up to. There's no question. He's a guy who's recruited. We've had 8 or 9 All-Americans, and 6 or 7 of them were his guys by talent. And that's a positive thing that we can have, where we can have him out on the road to identify talent and get guys on campus to get them to be the right fit for what we're looking for with the student athletes that we're bringing in.